Hello, thank you for joining today's session. My name is Joe Labert. I'm going to be walking you through a brief introduction of Solgari, the digital contact center for Microsoft Teams, Dynamics, and Salesforce. In today's session, we'll just be showing you a brief overview of our solution, the problems we solve, and how you can use Solgari internally as a partner, and how we fit for some of your customers that you work with day to day. Our purpose at Solgari is to enable any employee to be a customer service champion. We do this by allowing a communications application right within Microsoft Teams, Dynamics, or Salesforce, and layering those communications with AI right out of the box. At Solgari, we've built our solution really specifically for Microsoft Teams as an extended application to, again, allow any employee to be a customer service champion. By having our solution embedded in Teams, anyone with a Teams application can now be empowered with the channels to communicate with customers, being voice, SMS, live chat, WhatsApp, or any social channel as well. Our solution's delivered fully from the cloud. This allows for our customers to get started with the solution very quickly. Our instance is pre-integrated to Teams, allowing anyone with a Microsoft Teams license to have a communication solution right within their Teams environment. The idea is to allow everyone in the organization to support the customer experience. Being embedded into Solgari for Teams allows any customer to improve both the customer experience and the employee experience. The employees are using the apps that they feel comfortable with, being Microsoft Teams, and the customer can engage with any channel of their preference, being voice, WhatsApp, SMS, or social channels. Solgari has customers in over 46 countries, allowing us to scale globally as a global telco and deliver our solution from Azure anywhere globally. We're also a Microsoft Global ISV supported out of Redmond. We have deep presence with Microsoft, and Microsoft supports our co-sell motion through telcos, SIs, and global ISVs. On the screen, you'll see a few of the key trends we see across our customers and some of the traditional problems that contact center solutions face day to day. Firstly, customers expect exceptional and personalized experiences. They want to interact with your organization through the channel of their choice and have the option to self-serve when appropriate. With that, organizations typically don't have the infrastructure, the data, or the technology to be able to support the customer demand for a true omni-channel experience. With that, AI is more important than ever. AI is being used in customer service, sales, marketing, and essentially is end-to-end going to cover the customer experience. And if you're not preparing yourself to support AI, you're going to be falling behind. Customers are generally looking at 3 different solutions to consolidate their communications internally. COVID's driven this and escalated to essentially consolidate across 3 different platforms, being Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and WebEx. Our job here at Solgari is to deliver exceptional personalized experiences for the customer across the modern application, being Microsoft Teams, that the internal agents use day to day. With that, it allows Solgari to utilize Microsoft OpenAI to layer every communication with artificial intelligence for things like transcription, agent assistance, and customer summary of that interaction. On the screen, you'll see the common reality of a customer interaction today. A customer is traditionally interacting with a specific channel or data source that they prefer. And the contact center in the middle is doing all of the routing to get the conversations to the front office, the middle office, or the back office. The problem with this approach is that generally the channels are dispersed, meaning you've got disparate data sources where you might have a voice solution, an email platform, a chatbot sitting in the middle, but all of these are connected to different platforms and data sources in the back end. The front office is working in the tools that they prefer, while the middle and back office might not have the same solution as the front office does. This traditionally makes it very hard to get a full understanding of the customer profile and interaction, and the front office workers never know the interaction that the middle office or back office had. A typical example of the common reality that organizations face would be an insurance company. Let's say that the customer is being routed through a channel of their choice. We'll take the voice channel. Customers is calling her insurance company and she needs to get routed to an available agent because she's got a accident that she needs to report. Traditionally, that would come to the front office. who might be working with a insurance platform where they support that interaction. So the front office can create the case and support that digital channel through voice, but the problem is the recording and the archiving of that voice channel likely isn't going to be available in that case management solution that the front office is working within. Alongside that use case, the front office worker may need to bring in a middle or back office to support the interaction that they're having with the customer. The middle office and back office are likely not using the same communications platform that the front office is working within. So when the transfer is made, all call recordings and conversation to the middle office and back office aren't going to be stored in the same data source as the front office was working within. This creates an impossible landscape to truly understand the customer profile and to keep all communication history, not just through the voice channel, but through all channels that the customers are interacting with in one place. Our solution for this is to enable Solgari to support all of the communications end to end and have a common data source across the platforms that the front, middle, and back office are working day to day. The common theme here will be Microsoft Teams, as front office, middle office, and back office are always going to be using the team solution for internal collaboration. And Solgari is layering that internal collaboration tool now with the ability for full omni-channel communication with the outside world, being the customer. The advantage of Solgari for Teams allows us to migrate the data, the communications data with the customer into a single database, being a CRM. That might be Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, ServiceNow, or a combination of them. But the idea is all of the communication channels are going to be stored and archived in one single database. And all of the communication interactions from front office all the way to the back office are going to be recorded and archived in a compliant method. Not only are we delivering the communication channels in an efficient and effective manner through Solgari for Teams, but we're layering those channels with Copilot, which includes artificial intelligence to support sentiment analysis, conversation transcription, and summary of the live and historical interactions, which provides insights to both the agent and the supervisor who's monitoring all of these communication channels. Now that you have a good idea of the pains that Solgari is solving for the customer, it's good to start looking at how we're going to migrate from the traditional ways of customer service into the more democratized version of supporting customer engagement. Gartner's identified that the traditional method is dying of how customer service is managed and implemented, and that organizations need to support current models like swarming, pod approaches, and different methods to drive customer loyalty, growth, and employee engagement. So I'm now going to dive into the different levels of support in a traditional support model. Solgari is here to support traditional and advanced support models. And in the traditional support model, the typical use case is that an organization tries to do some self-service with a chatbot as the first line of support. And as the conversation needs to be escalated to different levels of support agents, they have the right skills and agents to support that inquiry. Solgari can support this traditional model and support the standard routing rules associated with it, but there's new ways of doing things in which Gartner is relating to the swarm and the pods. This is where Solgari for Teams is going to be able to enable organizations to not just have that tiered level of support, but to engage with the right specialist and the right department, whoever's available in the organization, to support a customer service inquiry. The new way of customer service is involving swarms and pods and leveraging the internal collaboration tools that customers use day to day, being Microsoft Teams. Now that everyone is using Teams and that Solgari is enabling intelligent communications across the Teams platform, we now have a unique ability to bring in the right conversation from the right department, from the available employee anywhere across the organization to support a customer problem. The benefit of this is that you can now get to resolution much quicker because you can bring in a back office or middle office worker to support an inquiry instead of it always being the front office or the contact center raising the case. The employee benefits revolve around the ability to have the right skills associated to the right conversations. And if an employee doesn't have the skill set to support, they can always lean on their coworkers and transfer a call to the right employee at the right time. The business is going to have more efficiency. They're going to have a full layer of reporting ability from back office to front office. and that the customer communications is going to be streamlined across all of the employees in your organization. To help you understand a bit more of how this type of use case can come to life, I've got a quick video that will express the detail of intelligent swarming across a customer service organization.
As the excitement for the Taylor Swift concert builds, Emma calls the NFL Stadium customer service team to address an urgent issue. Emma's call appears on the contact center agent's team's app, where her VIP status is immediately recognized. Emma tells Joe about her friend's recent accident, which means they'll need wheelchair access to the concert. Sentiment analysis in the Solgari Copilot immediately reflects that Emma's voice carries an anxious tone as she expresses her concern about potentially missing the concert. Joe assures Emma of their commitment to finding a solution and that he will engage the VIP specialist team. Joe's reassuring words spark a shift in Emma's sentiment. Solgari for Teams enables Joe to collaborate directly with anyone in his organization by allowing them to join chat groups in teams known as swarms. This allows the best experts available, wherever they are, at home, on the move, or in the office, to quickly collaborate and resolve an inquiry. It also means that Joe can forward the call over to them if needed without any break in the conversation. Joe sends a message into the customer service VIP swarm in Microsoft Teams, including the conversation transcription and summary from the Solgari Copilot. This saves everyone's time in helping them understand the history and context of the inquiry. Paul, a member of the VIP swarm, reads the summary and very quickly confirms his ability to help Emma. Paul sends Joe a copy of the latest accessible parking map for that concert and asks Joe to transfer the call over to him so he can talk directly with Emma and find her the best seats. Joe lets Emma know that the VIP team can solve her inquiry. He transfers Emma's call directly to Paul, and then he follows up by sending Emma the new parking map by email. Emma is delighted, and that is reflected in the real-time sentiment analysis within the Solgari Copilot. Emma and Paul collaborate to secure wheelchair-accessible seating, with Joe remaining available to address any further inquiries.
So just to summarize, there's a few USPs that Solgari offers that really no one else in the market does. Firstly is rapid speed to value. Because we're available in the cloud, we're available globally, and everything is delivered through Azure, customers can get started with our solution very, very quickly. It only takes us about 90 minutes to raise an Azure instance. And from there, everything is configuration. So when you think about competitive landscape and how systems integration work is usually required from those contact centers, it usually involves long, lengthy processes to get enterprise level contact centers in place, where we're delivering this in a matter of days to weeks. Because we're fully cloud-based and built on the Microsoft platform, there's no systems integration project and there's reduced risk of failure. Because everything is built in Azure and delivered seamlessly from the Azure stack, there's no systems integration project. It's completely configured within Solgari Hub. And from a security perspective, we're completely certified by Microsoft, both for Dynamics and the solution certified for Microsoft Teams as well. This enables us to be just a add-on to your Microsoft investment and project, and not a different platform that needs to be deployed. With that, it allows your contact center to be future-proofed. We're now playing the long game with Microsoft, so all of your communications, your data, your customer information is going to be on the Microsoft platform, and it's going to open you up to not just having all of the data from a communications perspective, but also being able to piggyback onto Microsoft's Copilot journey and deliver AI across all of your customer data. And Solgari is simply adding value to that data by bringing communications history across any channel into your customer profile.